Okay, I'm going to do a short video is related to how did Meghan Markle's case get here? How did it get into interrogatories and depositions? When you have a complaint and you want to get rid of it immediately, you look at the face of the complaint. Don't look at the facts of the complaint. Look at the face of the complaint and see if there are deficiencies. Are there things for reasons for why this complaint fails? And you argue reasons why the face of the complaint, not the facts, are deficient, such that there's no way the plaintiff can win, or reasonably, it doesn't look like the complaint is sufficient so that the plaintiff can win. And that can be satisfactory for demurrer or for an anti-slap motion. That's in federal court, Federal Rule of Civil Procedure, I believe it's 12b6, and then look at the state laws to see what exactly is required to submit these things. There is also a timeline. So the defendant has to show that the complaint targets a protected activity, so that Meghan has a protected activity in responding in her role as Duchess of she's not royal, but in the royal family, and there's a huge media pressure on her to answer questions. So she has a moral, social, and legal requirement to answer questions, to be upfront, to show that she's not that she's open, and that she's open to answer questions. And she's been asked to answer questions, and she's doing it. So she is doing a protected activity. Nothing is being done with malice. She's using basically reasonable speech. She's using speech that is normal for her, and she's using information she has. Now, when we speak, we don't all have true facts. Everything that we talk about may have some errors. We may misquote an age, we may misquote a date, we may misquote what exactly happened in a situation. But we're speaking reasonably. These are the reasonable things that we know, that we're informed of, and we're not doing things maliciously to hurt anybody. So Meghan should argue that Samantha has hundreds of YouTube videos, Twitter statements daily, multiple times, and I think she's also on Instagram. She may be on Facebook, and on all of these media. She has a lot of followers. She's been abroad as a speaker on this issue. She has traveled to England to hand notes to the security guards or guardsmen or whatever they're called. So she has been a worldwide traveler, worldwide speaker on the issues of this case. So she is definitely a public figure. And in order for her to win, she has to show malice. She has to show that what Meghan did was with malice. So Meghan, in her demure or anti-slap should talk about there was no malice shown on the face of the complaint. You don't want to argue the facts. You want to show on the face of the complaint that there was no evidence of malice shown. And then you go on and attack other legal insufficiencies of the face of the complaint. Or you present evidence as to why the plaintiff can't win based on the face of the complaint, not the facts. And that is what the judge uses to decide whether or not to stop the case immediately. If on the face of the complaint it looks like the plaintiff can't win and damage has to be shown, because without damages the case it would also fail. So on the face of the complaint she can't win, then the judge will look at it and decide. If the judge agrees, then the case can be thrown out before it gets into the facts. Now the next phase is the facts, and that's what Meghan argued in her demurrer. She was arguing the facts of the case and why this, why she did this and why what she did was okay and blah, blah, blah. And so when you start arguing the facts, you're in the second phase. Now you're in the phase where you're going to go for a summary judgment. A summary judgment occurs after the plaintiff gets to present her side of the case. And for the plaintiff to present her side of the case, she must go through interrogatories and depositions and whatever else she needs in discovery. So that's why they've moved on to this phase. They wanted to avoid the discovery phase. And then it goes to trial. And at trial, so they'll have to select a jury and all that stuff. And then when it goes to trial, Samantha gets to present her part of the case. And then they can ask for a summary judgment to have the judge dismiss the case. There are many reasons why this complaint should fail on its face. It should not have to go to summary judgment, but arguing the facts, as was done in Meghan's demurrer, meant that it was going to go on to the second phase of the case. So that's what happened to make Meghan's case go awry and move it to the more uncomfortable place where Samantha can now demand depositions and interrogatories. Please like and subscribe. Bye.